Multiplier or investment multiplier. The concept of multiplier was first of all developed by R.F. Khan in the 1930s, but Keynes later further refined the concept of multiplier. In macroeconomics, a multiplier is a factor of proportionality that measures how much an endogenous variable changes in response to a change in some exogenous variable. For example, variable x changes by 1 unit, which causes another variable y to a m units change. Then the multiplier is m. The changes first happens in the x that leads to a change in the variable y by m units. 1 unit changes happens in the x leads to m units changes happens in the variable y. So the multiplier is m. So how much an endogenous variable changes in response to a change in some exogenous variables, we say a multiplier. In macroeconomics, a multiplier is shown as endogenous variable changes in response to change in some exogenous variable. It's an increment of investment. That means income will increase by an amount which is k times the increment of investment. Delta y equal to k into delta I. That means change in income because of a changes happens in the investment. That means a multiplier. So investment multiplier means when the changes happens in the investment, that leads to a changes in the income level. This is a multiplier. The ratio of change in national income to change in investment expenditure. MPC and a multiplier. So depends on multiplier. So depends on MPC. MPC is high, the multiplier is high, and vice versa is happen. When the MPC is 0, the multiplier is 1. When the MPC is 1, the multiplier is infinity, because multiplier varies directly with the size of MPC. Okay, when MPC is high, the multiplier is high. That means MPC is 0, the multiplier is 1, and when MPC is 1, the multiplier is infinity. The multiplier is always between 1 and infinity, 1 less than k and k less than infinity. It's always between 1 and infinity. So multiplier is a reciprocal of 1 minus MPC. MPC is equal 1 minus the reciprocal of the multiplier. The multiplier is the reciprocal of 1 minus MPC, and MPC is equal to 1 minus the reciprocal of the multiplier. Multiplier is the reciprocal of 1 minus MPC. That means k equal to 1 by 1 minus MPC, reciprocal of MPC. Proof: y equal to c plus I. So delta y means the changes happens in income equal to changes in consumption expenditure plus delta I. Delta I equal to delta y minus delta c. And we replace first equation with the second, delta I equal to delta y by k. Substituting 2 into 1, we got delta y by delta k, that's equal to delta y minus delta c. Finally, we got k equal to 1 by 1 minus MPC, or 1 by MPS. 1 minus MPC means MPS. MPS plus MPS equal to 1. So multiplier equal to 1 by 1 minus MPC, or 1 by MPS. 1 by 1 minus MPC. 1 by 1 minus MPC. It's a proof. Shown when MPC is 0, multiplier is 1. When MPC is 1, multiplier is infinity. When MPC is 0, MPS is 1. When MPC is 1, MPS equal to 0. When MPC 1, it's infinity. Here is the working of a multiplier. When the investment increased by the 100, that much increase happens in the income level. 100, investment increased by 100 leads to an increase in income 100. Here we already says MPC and MPS. MPC is 0.5, MPS is 0.5. MPC plus MPS equal to 1. So if MPC is 0.5, MPS is 0.5. 100 is the change in income. MPC means how much changes happens in the consumption expenditure when the changes happens in the income. MPS means how much changes happens in the saving level when the income is increase or decrease. So income is by 100. Changes happens in the consumption expenditure is 50. That 50 will become an income because our expenditure will be is an income of other person. If we consume an ice cream, it's an our expenditure, but the expenditure will become an income. Okay, our expenditure will become an income of other person. Any type of consumption expenditure will become an income. That 50 is a 0.5 portion, half the portion and half the portion. 50, so 25 is an MPC and 25 is MPS. Again, this consumption expenditure 25 will become a 25. Here it's an income. Here 100 is divided by 50% to MPC and 50% to MPS. So will become income. Again 25, again this 25 income, 12.5, that up to 0, then 0, 0. Okay, when the investment is increased by 100, the income is increased by 200. Income from here 100, 150, 25, 12.5, 6.25, 0. Together we add, we got 200, 100, 200. 100, 50, 25, 12.5, 6.25, 200. The consumption expenditure is 100. MPS is also 100. Because 0.5 and 0.5. The changes happens in income is 200. Half the portion, the 50% portion is used for the consumption expenditure. 50% of the increase in income is used for MPS or for saving. 100 to 200. Investment changes is 100. That leads to 200 changes to 2 times. Okay. The process of income propagation, that here the 45-degree line, income, consumption plus savings and income line. Aggregate saving, consumption line, here there is a consumption line, consumption plus investment happens. So OY1 is the income level, there is an equilibrium point E1. From there an investment is increased, C plus I to C plus I dash. Investment is increased, that leads to an increase in the income level from Y1 to Y2. Y1 to Y2 is greater than E1 to E2. That's the changes. This change is lesser than the changes happens in the income level. When the investment change to C plus I to C plus I dash, income is changed from Y1 to Y2. The changes happens in the income level is greater than the changes happens in the investment level. Okay, 2 times. So here the 20 crores investment happens leads to a 40 crores income level difference. That's a multiplier effect. So first equilibrium E1 to E2. The investment is increased from E1 to E2. Another equilibrium point, Y1 to Y2. Okay, so multiplier effect. Here the actual increase in income, earlier explained, Y1, Y2 is twice the difference between C plus I and C plus I dash curve. Investment leads to an increase in the gross national product by 2 times. The example, the earlier example, so 20 crores leads to a 40 crores. Investment leads to increase in gross national product by 2 times. So reverse multiplier. If investment decreases instead increasing, the multiplier operates backward. A reduction in investment will lead to a contraction of income and consumption. Means investment decreases by 100 crore. Earlier we learned investment increases by 100 crore. That leads to increase the income level to 200 crore. 2 times multiplier. So multiplier effect is 2. K equal to 2. Here the investment decreases by 100 crore leads to a decreases happens in the aggregate income level by 200 crore. Multiplier is 2. So 2 times reduction happens. So income is reduced when the investment is decreased. When the investment decreases, that leads to decrease in the income level. It's a reverse multiplier. The assumptions of multiplier is C is a function of y. There are no time lags in the multiplier process. The net increase in investment. Economy is closed. No change in price. There is a less than full employment level in the economy. Okay. So an investment multiplier figure. So working of the multiplier. From 100, investment happens by 100. That leads to 200 crores or 200 changes in the income level. MPC is 0.5, MPS is 0.5, so 200, the 50% is 100, 50% is 100, 100 plus 100, that's the 200. Okay, thank you.